Hey, this your boy Diggaveli. Welcome back to the channel. Still under the weather a little bit, but gotta show you guys this alarming video right here. Um, we can all pretty much see that the kids are behind. Due to the pandemic and the COVID and everything, they put the kids behind almost 2 years. Um, but did we know it was this bad? I doubt it. These kids are in seventh and eighth grade, still performing at fourth grade levels, and that's a real problem because these kids inherit the earth in this country. So. We all know how we got to this point, but what are we gonna really do to turn it around? Let's get into the video. You gotta hear teachers for themselves, man.
These kids can't read. They can't decode. They have no vocabulary, no background knowledge. I've never seen anything like it. For context, for 8 years, I taught a self-contained program for significant language-based learning disabilities. Like, it was the most restrictive environment. It was the step before being sent to a specialized school. And my fifth graders with significant language-based learning disabilities could write better than non-disabled seventh graders can now.
Wow.
They can't write a sentence.
Do you know how crazy that is for special needs kids who can barely articulate like the language and the words to be better than regular students in regular classes? Insane.
They don't know what state they live in. They don't know what region of the country they're in. They have no background knowledge. Most of them don't know who the president is. They're coming to school with no background knowledge. They have very low skills. And yes, part of my job is to help them find those skills. And as a special education teacher, I'm obviously going to be working with students who require specialized instruction, but I'm not talking about specifically my students. I'm talking about students in the grade, period. And this was the case last year. They can't take notes. They can't even attend to a video. They can't even attend to a 3-minute video clip. I can play it. I can tell them what it's going to be about. I can summarize what the video did, and not a single one can tell me what the video was about.
No, y'all, can we talk about it? Can we please talk about it? Let's take a moment to discuss. Let's take a moment to debrief. Let's take a moment to unpack. So I'm not really understanding why they're not telling y'all. We all know that the world is behind, globally, because of the pandemic and stuff. But I don't understand why they're not stressing to y'all how bad it is. I'm not even trying to be funny, but these kids are...
He won't say it, I say it. They just dumb. These kids are just dumb. And even when they were set behind by the government and all these other criminals who closed down the country, parents didn't take an initiative. They didn't take an initiative. Because they're so used to the school system just raising their kids. And it's very unfortunate, man.
I'm going to just say this. I teach 7th grade. They are still performing on the 4th grade level. I don't care how you flip it, turn it, swing it, swindle it. They still performing on the 4th grade level. Ain't nobody talking about how they just keep moving, passing them on. They just keep passing them on, 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 passing them on. I can put as many zeros in this grade book as I want to. They're going to move that child to the 8th grade next year.
That is crazy. That is crazy. And I've been seeing a whole bunch of race-based things taking place, like how I think it was Oregon that said that it's racist to give black kids tests on math and science and stuff like that. So now it's racist. The challenge our intellect. Well, really, it's repetition, because anybody that know that public schools is repetition, remembering what's in books, what's told to you, and what's put on the chalkboard, the marker board, or whatever they writing on these days. Who knows, man? They might have made black markers in a whiteboard racist right now. They might have removed that from school, so we might be back to chalk. Who knows, man? But this shit is out of hand.
Out until the second semester. Okay, usually that's when I approach burnout, because we get Thanksgiving, we get Christmas, we get all these things. I am burned out. It's September. It has not been a full month yet. Has it been no, it's close to a full month, but it has not been a full month yet. So let me tell you, you know what I'm talking about if you're teaching right now. I saw another teacher from another school across the street from our school walking to her car this afternoon, and she looked like she could barely walk to her car. And I was like, we're almost to Thanksgiving, trying to be friendly. And she was like, just unloaded on me. She's like, I've been teaching for 34 years. I have never had it this hard. What is wrong with these kids? Not in a bad way, but I don't know how to reach them. I feel like I'm one lesson that used to take a day is taking a week now. The attention span, blah, blah.
And I teach at one of the more affluent schools. When I tell you that these babies cannot read, they cannot write, and they cannot comprehend, I'm not being funny. I'm being dead serious. It doesn't exist. I have kids constantly asking me, how do I spell window? How do I spell important? How do I spell though? And they be serious. They're dead serious. I could ask them, who is the main character of your story? The story of 4-paragraph story we just read. Can't tell you. They don't know.
That's
They don't
crazy,
know.
man.
They don't know. It took us 4 weeks to get through how to answer a question in a complete sentence.
And basically, whenever I say kids can't read, they are reading at either a kindergarten or a first grade level. When it comes to spelling, I'm seeing a lot of children who can't even spell the word said, for, mother, father in the 4th or 5th grade, which makes me wonder what's going to happen when they're in middle school and high school.
The fact that I have 4th graders who cannot read independently at all is just like, one, what am I supposed to do? Because teachers are not miracle workers. If I'm required to teach 4th grade standards, the 4th grade standards do not include me teaching phonics. Now, I understand RTI, the MTSS process, and different safety nets like that.
Phonics. She has to teach kids basics of letters and numbers. Like basically 2 plus 2s and making that ass sound with A's. And she's a 4th grade teacher. How concerning is that, man? Like, how can you teach these kids 4th grade curriculum when they're not even on the 4th grade level? This shit is insane, man.
But doing that for 30 minutes a day is not going to solve the problem. So what is really the expectation? Are we just going to continue to fail the students and not teach them how to read? Like,
But you know it's crazy. These kids can't even read and do regular phonics, but they want to put CRT in school. They want to be talking about all this LGBT weird trans shit. If you haven't caught on by now, they don't want these kids to learn. They want these kids to suffer. They want these kids to be confused. They want these kids to be depressed. They want these kids to be suicidal. Because that's why you do all this stuff to them. None of this stuff has a great outcome. How is any of this stuff great for the kids? None of it is. It harms them. So people have to wake up and realize they doing this intentionally to our kids, man, dumbing them down. I don't know for what. All these old ass people like Joe Biden and Pelosi and all these weirdos that's creating all this chaos, they're not even gonna be here to deal with the results of this shit. They're trying to break America down, man. The best country in the world, and they're trying to break us down, man, brick by brick. Very disturbing.
what is
Like, what's the end goal for it, man? Like, these kids have to inherit the country. Yeah, I seen it like I seen it, man. This shit is it would be hard to believe if we weren't a couple years into all this lunacy, but there it is, man. And it's more to it. You can look around, check the stories out of Baltimore, where the middle school and the freshmen in high school, like, they can't even do middle school work, man. Pretty appalling. We all seen it like I seen it, man. I'm out.